All right, everybody, welcome to the Studying Brew episode 911 on this beautiful Thursday evening. Tonight, we are going to have content. We're going to have techniques. We're going to have winners. We're going to have some great times. But first of all, it starts off with introductions. My name is Andy. I'm the guy that runs the back office over here who is recovering from a cold. And I'll try to make it through this time. But you're not here for my cold problems. You're here for Brandy. She's got her Series 6, 63, 26, 65, and her Series 7, which is makes her more than qualified to get you all the things you need to know, so that way you too can get a pass notice. And tonight we are going to do that. We're going to be going through 6 different questions. We're going to have 6 different exams. We're going to have 6 different answers, all dealing with how to get to those, get to that pass notice. It's a good day. It's a good day, and you're going to find out in a minute why it was such a good day. But I'm going to say this, guys, and I don't mean to be on a downward on it, but May is Mental Health Awareness Month. Mental health and awareness is very important, and we talk about it all the time in our program, KonaButterflyz. We talk about PMA. I close out every Studying Brew with positive mental attitude and being making sure you have that PMA. It's very important to have that positive mental attitude. Without it, you just can't. And I know there's a lot of people who are going through it and they're like, it's hard to be positive during this time, or I'm going through it. It's hard to be positive, or I deal with depression, or I have anxiety, or I have a lot of other issues that a lot of people have, right? PTSD. My dad, he was a veteran, is a veteran, and he went through Vietnam, and PTSD was like a thing in our house. It's I don't want to get into it, but man, guys, most of my childhood was in therapy, helping my dad and going through it. And then I lost my son to mental health. He had schizophrenia. I've talked about this when it happened when we were on here. And mental health is just one of those things, guys, that we just have to be aware of it. Obviously, it's the mental health awareness, but also we have to be diligent in taking care of it. And this is the hard part for a lot of people, not being too proud to get some help. Pride can be the falleth of man, or something like that, right? I know I could get the quote right, but I'm not. You get my point. It's like you got to make sure that you just get out there and get some help. Don't be one of those people that doesn't think you could deal with it. That's the part that gets you, when you think you could do it all alone and it gets too overwhelming, and then you're put in a position. Guys, I know too well, trust me. There's a lot of times in my life that I didn't do the right thing. Until I learned how to do the right thing, everything was impossible. And I encourage all of you this month to really get into there. And this weekend, as we get into our studying, guys, we got to keep that positive mental attitude as we get through the studying, and making sure that we tap in to all the resources that we have on KonaButterflyz, and we make sure that we get that studying in. Because I'll tell you this right now, the anxiety is real. Anxiety is real with testing. So is procrastination. So is feeling overwhelmed. So is a lot of the stuff, like depression. Like, you didn't even know you got depression until maybe you challenged yourself to one of these sessions, or, not the session, but to studying and trying to get these licenses. Maybe you didn't even know that was a thing. Guys, there's ways around it. But number one thing I want you guys to tell you is that it doesn't get better if you avoid it, because it gives you those things. You should not quit on yourself because of your mental health when studying, right? You got to not see that as a limit. There's no such thing as a limit. There's ways to cope with these things. And if it is getting you down, and if you are struggling over this weekend or any week or any time, make sure that you do get that help and look into it. Guys, there's so many resources out there. I'm not a doctor. Brandy's not a doctor on this subject. I'm not going to tell you guys what to do in every particular case, because you have to find out what's right for you, and you have to go get the help that you need to go do that. And I encourage all of you to go do that. But don't let it be a limit on your studying. Don't let it be a limit on you taking these exams. Don't let it be a limit on you succeeding in life. I know Brandy deals with ADHD. She's clinically diagnosed, but doesn't take medication for it. Guys, there's ways to get around these things. And I'm not kidding. Like, I know there's a lot of people who go, oh yeah, I have ADD. Oh yeah, I have ADHD. No. I'm talking like ADHD on another level. I'm like, you guys don't even understand unless you have it the way that she has it. And you guys might see like her as like, wow, I didn't even know that. But in this moment, even me talking here, she can't even sit still doing that. We've almost rearranged the desk. We played with 3 fidget toys, and we're not even talking about all the other things that she's doing this entire time that I'm talking about it, because it's difficult to even pay attention right now. Guys, it's a struggle. And I'm not calling her out on that, but some of you all think that just because you have these ADHD or whatever, and you can't pay attention, and that you can't get this done. You can. You can. And I'll tell you this, as a partner to somebody who has this, there was a lot of throwing of books. There was a lot of self-doubt. There was a lot of throwing pins. There was a lot of, hey, you shut up. You don't understand. There was a lot of, just a lot of anxiety over it. A lot. Because there's nothing worse than sitting somewhere for 4 hours and reading the same sentence over and over again and not being able to understand it. Yes, that was Brandy. Yes, that was her. And the way she got through it is the system that we developed. The way she got her licenses anyway is the system that we developed. Yes, lots of eye rolling during this time. I'm just telling you guys, it's for reals. But I'm just saying, guys, look, it happened. She was able to do it. You can too.
Yep.
And if you remember, Brandy goes into it a lot. She becomes very vulnerable on her live sessions, and she tells you guys in great detail what she went through on her study journey, and she says it all the time. So guys, pay attention to what she says. It's all in the details. And guys, I can't instruct you on that, but be sure to just get through it. You can do it. That's all I want to say is you could do it. You could do it. And if you need professional help and you've done it before and you're like, well, it didn't work before, get another therapist, get another counselor, get another whatever, get another one. And I'll say that about therapy. I went through quite a few until I found the right one for me personally. And you have to find the one that clicks with you. You have to find the one that challenges you. You have to be able to also, to help yourself, be sure you know exactly what you want to accomplish, what your goal is, and what you want to achieve in those sessions. And then it'll help you out a lot too. Because it's not like setting a broken arm. A doctor can't take the information and go, here's your arm, and they'll fix it. It's a much different approach to mental, your mental. So make sure that you just get the one that works for you and just find it. And don't be shy. Don't be too prideful to get help. All right, let's get into the situation, Brandy. Let's get into the studying. Let's get into the episode. Sorry if it brought anybody down, but I do want to say, I just wanted to bring that up because it is May Mental Health Awareness. It is a subject that is very dear to my heart. And I wanted to get into it because man, I know there's a lot of people on here that go through it. And I know there's a lot of you on here that know what I'm talking about. And I appreciate all of those who have shared with me their struggles. I'm not at liberty to share those things publicly, but I appreciate that they chose me to be very trustworthy of that information and to help them as well. But I love all of you guys, and I just want to make sure that we are all just trying to get this through this thing and do the best that we can. Full potential. And speaking of full potential, if you want to join us for all of our Kona members, like I said, live sessions, Brandy goes over her struggles. It's not just content, it's the studying, it's the techniques, it's the mental aspect, it's every part of getting through this stuff to get you guys to a pass notice. If you want to join in on that, it doesn't matter if you're in the 21-day, it doesn't matter if you're in the academy, guys, you can join in. We have 21-day plans for the SIE, the 6, 63, 26, and 65. Guys, check it out. Get on there, scan the QR code, hit the links. We're on Instagram, we're on Telegram. We got study guides available. We got the Kona community. We got the Discord, 951-290-3077. That's where you can give me a call or a text. This weekend, I'm very, very, very busy and very little, what do I want to say? Phone reception.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Yeah. I'm glad you're telling everybody that I'm not lying. No, we have a lot of no phone reception where we're going this weekend. And so I will get back to you as soon as I can. So leave messages and I'll get to you. But I will be there. All right. We got a reminder for tomorrow. We got the academy, and then we have one of those all exam, all members live techniques, but all session. Guys, this is where Brandy gives you the techniques, study tips, all the stuff. It is to master exam taking. Just put into nice summary there. It is to help you master exam taking. So that is open for any of our members. Just be there at 11:30 a.m. Pacific. Before that, the academy at 9:30. We will see you there. All right, check your reminders in your email. All right, you ready to get into it?
Mm-hmm.
All right, guys, if you have not been following me on Instagram, I wish you would, because I tell you what, when they let me know and they send me a picture, guess what, Brandy? We add another one to the Kona Hall of Fame because we got to pass them. Yes, we do. We got to pass them. Yes, congratulations to Mr. Elliot Jolson on passing the SIE. It was his third attempt, and guys, he just got after it. Let me tell you what he said right here. He says, "Hi, Andy and Brandy. Just want to let you know I finally got a pass notice on my third attempt with the SIE. Boy, it took me too long to find my mojo to get into the right study mindset." I mean, who on here doesn't feel that, right? But once I did, it was a game changer. But without your help, I would never have gotten there. I don't get on the live sessions, but I have been listening to the recordings early mornings. I think what really helped me in the end was, one, keep listening to all the test taking technique shows. Two, write out the old study guide. Three, record myself reading the study guide. Four, listen to my recordings and while going through the study guide. Five, until I got an overall conceptual understanding of each concept. I guess he listened until he got a conceptual understanding of each concept. 6, do the 10-question quizzes. The exam seemed kind of wacky with a lot of common sense surface level questions. Looking forward to my continuation and your help. All the best, Elliot. Guys, this is exactly what Brandy and I talk about all the time. Look, a few things there. This is a person who has learned that he's an auditory learner. He learns through audio. Like, he can hear it and he's able to help him understand it. So much so that he wrote out the study guide and then recorded himself reading it and then listening to it again. Guys, that is a double shot of help there. Look, I have people asking me all the time for flashcards or this or that or audios. Sometimes the things you guys do for yourself is the winning combination to help you get it through, get to the pass notice. Don't look for shortcuts, look for the hard work. I know that sounds like tasking, but guys, the hard work is what helps. And it has to be customized to you. This person obviously learned that it is an auditory thing and put in the work, didn't ask me for extra audios, didn't probably even look for them, just like made his own, because that is what helped him. So I want to say congratulations on that. And the second part that I love about this is that he was like, it is all conceptual surface level. Mm-hmm. It seemed wacky to him because the more you start to understand the techniques and what we're trying to do here, you realize you gain this sight of these questions. You literally start to see in these questions, wow, this really isn't that complicated. And you really start to see those keywords pop. And you're like, why isn't everybody getting this like right? Why is not everybody passing? It's so easy. Mm-hmm. No, it's not that it's easy, is you gotten better. That's what it is. So congratulations on getting this thing done. And I want to say congratulations to Aneta. This is one of our students that has her next line of students coming up and getting them their pass notices. So congratulations for both of them and his wife as well. What do you want to add, Brandy?
No, that was it.
Yeah?
Yeah. You said it all.
It's like Brandy's study tips all over it.
It is.
So congratulations on getting the SIE. Next, U4. Let's get that Series 6 done. And you're hearing it this morning. So good morning.
Congratulations.
Congratulations. All right, let's go.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. All right. It is Thursday. It is content. It is techniques. Brandy's going to go through those 6 exams, 6 questions. She's going to get a little bit of content in there. She's going to get some techniques. Again, always follow what Brandy's doing. It'll help you master it. You'll gain that sight like Elliot did, where it seems just a little wacky. You're like, whoa, this is crazy. All of them are just kind of surface level. Guys, that's when you know you're on the track. So we're going to focus on that tonight. You ready to go?
Yes.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. All right. Answers, right? Okay, cool. All right. Sorry. I didn't know if I was going to cough or not. So the account must receive FINRA approval prior to the first trade. All trades must be promptly approved by the principal at the firm. A principal at the firm must authorize discretion, and the customer must authorize discretion. Okay. So if I'm looking, I'm like, this is the only one that has an acronym.
Yes.
Right? It's the only one that has the acronym. Now, that's not something that I super rely on. It's just okay, whatever.
Just
And
so noticing it.
yeah. And I've got approval. I've got all trades must be promptly approved. I've got a principal must authorize discretion, and the customer must authorize discretion.
Can I say something?
Yeah.
I might be totally wrong here, but I feel like customers are the ones that have to authorize the discretion. I feel like.
This
Am
is
I
true.
wrong?
This is true. That is true.
And I'm like, all trades must be promptly approved. That could be tasking. Like all?
Does promptly mean before or after?
It means, I guess, like before, I guess, right?
Actually,
Is it after? It just seems like right now. Like
it means like
I can't check the scores on baseball score. I have to do it right now.
no, promptly means eventually.
Okay.
That's what that means.
Just asking.
Because guys, especially when you guys get to the 26th, promptly could be anything from today to 30 days from now.
Well, it's a good thing I asked, huh?
So promptly is like,
I have no help on what's the answer. I was just pointing out some things I noticed.
now, when we talk about discretion, we're talking about somebody else deciding for you. Don't you think that the person in charge should do that? Should like, okay, look, the client did it. The client gave authorization. Now let's have the manager give.
Yeah.
Right. So I think this is cool. Now, what about FINRA? Do you think FINRA has to be involved at every customer level?
No.
Now, this is what you call taxing. Is that what the word you used?
Yeah, that's taxing.
Like, this is too much.
That's not enough taxpayer money, not enough employees for that.
Exactly. Right. So the question says, all of the following are required for discretionary account, except now, if you guys were in my SIE class today, you would have known the answer, that the random different answer was A.
There you go.
Because we didn't even mention FINRA in our discussion about discretion.
I feel like FINRA's responsibility is right now.
FINRA is way too broad.
No, I'm just saying right now where they help you get, where they make sure people are licensed.
Yeah, that's what FINRA does.
They're like, okay, we got these fools licensed. What else do you want me to do?
Yeah, come on now.
We tested them.
Yeah, like I'm not gonna check every single customer client. I mean, no, not gonna do that.
Did they break the rules?
Yeah. All right. Individual with power of attorney. Joint tenants with rights of survivorship, tenants in common, and individual with transfer on death. Okay, so I did actually talk about this. Now, an individual with power of attorney. This is third party access. Okay. Now, if you guys notice, it doesn't say full, it doesn't say limited, it doesn't say anything. It just says third party access. Okay. Joint tenants with survivorship, that is survivors, right? Oh, we know that's survivors, right? But it means to the remaining people.
One tenant's gone in the apartment, the other two get the PlayStation.
Exactly. So then tenants in common is going to be opposite. This is where we say take it with you.
Guess he takes it to the grave.
Right? So if you're roommates and you're moving out, get out of here. Take your stuff with you, right? And then individual transfer on death. This is transfer on, look at the words, guys. Transfer on death. That means you can have it when I'm gone.
When I'm dead, you could take the TV.
Yes. Now, you guys observed, very good. Individual. But that also means that this one's joint and this one's joint. So what am I going to look for in this question?
Is it joint or individual?
That's the number one thing I'm going to look for. The number one thing I'm going to look for is the question about an individual or more than one individual. And then I'm going to look for what you want to do with it after.
Right.
Fair enough. That's how we do the techniques. Which of the following counts? Would the assets of a single father, right? Single father, we got the individual. Get out of here.
Already at a 50-50.
Right? go to directly the assets of a single father's account go to directly to his daughter while avoiding probate, but not letting her have access while he's alive. So that's access. He said not, get out of here. So we're going to do it when he's gone.
That's it. Look, we could gone over like all the stuff in the content, but the thing is, look how easily done with that common sense. All you had to do is just pay attention to the key words: single, individual, probate means usually after you're dead, but no access while he's alive. There you go.
That's it. That's it.
Just simple stuff.
Simple. What are these? Is this the same question?
No, because there's a custodial account, there's rights for survivorship.
Transfer on death. We know what that is, right?
We just covered it.
Rights of survivorship. We just talked about it.
Yeah.
Tenants in common. We just talked about it. Custodian means there's an adult for a minor. Guys, let me ask you guys a quick question. When you guys take your quizzes, do you use previously answered questions to forward? Like, I just answered those questions. I don't have to give much thought to A, B, and C because we just did it. Or do you guys reinvent the wheel and start all over again?
I think there's a lot of people who definitely reinvent the wheel every time.
Don't do that. Use what you got. Time test, guys. Time test.
There's already spokes in the rim. You don't need to re-put them in there again.
Exactly. We just need to add a spoke because now we're talking about custodial accounts. Right? All right. Boom, boom, boom. 3 brothers. Open a joint account. Well, get out of here, custodian, right? Joint account, get rid of the custodian. Instructing you that if they die, they want the cash and securities in the account to go to the remaining parties. Oh, so we can count that one out. Remaining parties, survivorship, right? Boom,
that's it.
Boom, boom, boom. Look at how fast we answered that question. Why? Because we already did the work in a previous question. We did the work already. I don't need to redo it. That's why I put these 2 questions back.
Don't overcomplicate.
Exactly. Exactly. All right. An index exchange traded fund, a closed end fund, an exchange traded note, or a mutual fund. All right. And an index, that's like a really weird way of saying an ETF because all ETFs are index funds, kind of, but whatever. So let's do some keywords, right? So I like to do keywords here because that's what we do on Thursdays. Mutual funds are always new, right?
Tim says D is open end.
That is open end. Absolutely. They're redeemable. They do blah, 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 blah once a day, right? This is also open. An ETN for day traders and probably has a little bit of a debt based. Guys, huge hint. Note means debt, right? A closed end fund is opposite of D. So fixed, sold, and intra day. And then guess what an ETF is? It's an index. So I'm just going to copy and I'm intra day as well. I trade like stocks. Okay. You guys ready?
That was a little bit of content.
A little bit of content.
I would write those down. These are flashcard worthy notes there.
Let me rewrite that one because that looks like I don't even know what that looked like. There we go. It looked like SOUD. All right. Your client, Janice Thomas, excuse me, active trader, and wants to invest in a managed equity portfolio. Managed, you're out. Equity, you're out. Okay. Then next one. Oops. Next one. Let me get a different color. I like showing you guys the color cross-offs. That she can trade intra-day. You're out. The last man standing, B.
Now, I noticed that someone was like, never mind, it's already X'd out. Like their thought was one that got X'd out.
Right.
What did they miss in the keyword?
that it said equity. Oops. That it said equity. And so because it said equity, we crossed off note. Because note, remember what I said?
Is
note
debt.
is debt.
There was no debt because you're getting equity.
Right.
And if you don't know what equity means,
It means not debt.
it's the opposite of debt.
Yeah.
You don't know, now you know.
Exactly. All right. Defined contribution plan. Defined means I know, contribution going in. So I know what's going in, right? That's not a securities vocabulary. That's like what Elliot was talking about, common sense. Defined benefit means I know
The benefit I get?
exactly, or out, or end, right? Benefit is usually what you
I feel
get.
like we did this question the other day.
I don't know. 403Bs, teachers. We mostly associate that with teachers.
Yeah.
And then profit sharing is like a 401k, which is basically like a defined contribution plan.
Sharing in the profits.
It's like the same thing. Okay. So do you guys see? Oh, yeah. C does have a number. It does have a number. Let's go to the question. Question says, a traditional pension plan is what type of corporate sponsored qualified plan? Well, guys, corporate is not teachers, right?
No.
Corporate is not teachers. So that's out.
They wish.
Right? No, that's that. So a pension plan, guys, do we know what pension is? Do you know what a pension plan is? They don't exist as much anymore, but we should all know what a
I would
pension.
say it's like defined, right?
It is defined, and we got two that are defined. But in a pension plan,
We know what comes out.
yeah, like we like police and fire have pensions. Teachers have pensions. Back in the day, a lot of people, a lot of career people had pensions, so you knew what you were going to retire with.
Yeah, like in this area, there's like, police officers, and when they retire if they go all the way to the end and they retire right when they're supposed to, right? They get a defined pension of X amount of their salary.
Exactly.
Like 90% of their salary.
Exactly. Pensions, you know what you're retiring with. You know what you're retiring with. Guys, my grandpa, he retired at the age of like 55. Him and my grandma never struggled, and he lived to be 85. That does not exist anymore.
Yeah, he had full medical.
For him and her.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
And he got a nice check.
Yep. So you know what you're retiring with. Okay? So that's your link. I think this is the last one. Yes. A cash account with full power of attorney. If you've got full power,
you're not limited.
You got it all. You're not limited. There we go. A margin account. We relate margins to borrowing.
Yeah, debt.
A cash account with limited power of attorney. Just to carry on.
A and C are opposite.
Not full, right? Opposite. And then I have a cash account. Do not confuse a cash account with in cash. A cash account just means fully paid securities.
And it's not a cash app either.
No, it's not a cash app. It means that I saw a stock for $102. I gave my broker dealer 102 plus commission. Fully paid securities.
There you go.
All right. Boom. Customer wishes to open a cash account. Then why would I put more? Look, it says cash account in the question. Immediately cross off B.
Immediately.
Right? Like that's like you guys shouldn't even think about that, right?
Don't even think about it.
Right? In his name only, and allow a third party to make trading decisions, but not withdraw. Not decisions, but not. Exactly. Somebody put it in the chat. But so if it's not, I mean, if there's a but in there,
you got a limit.
It's limited.
Because wait a minute, you can't do this.
Hold
Everything
on.
but this. That's a limit.
Exactly. What but?
You could drink everything at the bar, but anything that's not alcohol.
Yeah. There you go.
There's a limit.
There's a limit.
You get an open bar, but only 3.
Exactly. We're going to put a limit on it.
Yeah.
Boom.
All the Diet Dr. Pepper you want, though.
My diet.
Because that's what Michelle drinks.
Oh,
come on, pay attention to these students here, Brandy. I know what makes the people happy.
Well, why diet?
Because it tastes better.
Then fully loaded?
I honestly, look, I'm gonna say this: sugar, if you don't have it, it's overwhelming when you have the sugary ones.
Would Diet Dr. Pepper be limited
It would be limited of sugar.
and regular Dr. Pepper be full?
I don't know about that. Depends on how you want to look at it, because it's full of saccharin. All right. Anyways, thank you, everybody. It's good to see all of you. We're gonna have member stuff going on tomorrow. I know this is gonna sound crazy. It's crazy, but we're gonna have classes on Monday. We will be having our regular classes. We will be doing on Studying Brew. We will have that on Monday. So we'll be back for the Studying Brew on Monday. We'll be doing the member sessions on Monday, everything on Monday. And this weekend, guys, and speaking of mental health awareness, look, Memorial Day weekend. It's not just a barbecue weekend. Remember, this observance is for those who gave all. All of them gave some, but some of them gave all. And so make sure that you take note of that, and all of our soldiers who did give all, and also to the soldiers who have given some. It is quite taxing to go to war and come back, and we need to really appreciate our veterans out there who are willing to do those jobs and tasks that, let's just be quite frank, a lot of us won't want to do. It is just one of those things that we should be forever grateful and have gratitude towards. So let's remember what this Memorial weekend is all about. We will be here on Monday. Thank you all for being here. Stay safe out there. Wash your hands. Don't touch your face. Don't touch your friend's face. That's all I know. Keep that positive mental attitude. PMA, everybody. Have a great weekend.
Thank you so much. Sorry. Thank you guys for being on. We super, super appreciate you guys. Practice those keywords in your quizzes. We will see you guys next time. Study through the weekend. Have a great one, guys.